Hello everyone and welcome to my Zulrah bot step-by-step guide. The purpose of this video is to document me building a Zulrah bot from level 3 all the way up to the stats you see there. We got 80 mage, 60 range, 50 prayer, 60 plus HP, 40 defense, and we'll see how well that works. Basically, I'm going to be doing a hybrid of botting, manually playing, and I'm going to be using my Logitech G930, I think it is, gaming mouse, because it has software that comes with it that you could record clicks. You can't record mouse movements, but you can record clicks. And what I'll be doing with that is mostly auto-clicking, alking. You could, of course, use programs for that. But I've found auto-clicking with this Logitech software is pretty good. I haven't been banned from it since, and I've got 99 magic on my main. I've got multiple accounts with almost 90 magic on it, so I'll be using that for magic training mostly. So like I said, this is going to be me documenting my building of the bot. You'll see as much as I could show, except the name, of course. But you know, this might get banned, right? It's a bot, it might get banned, and then I'll make a new one, and we'll keep going. I'm going to document how much I bought. So, for example, if I bought 4 hours of whatever, I'll write that down and I'll say this is how much of this I did. And if I later get banned, I could say, okay, well, perhaps that was too much and I should do less. You know, the point of this is to document it so I could understand where I went wrong, as opposed to just blaming it on the script or blaming it on whatever. You know, we're trying to be scientific about this. So instead of just screwing around, we're going to write down our results and be scientific about it. I guess as scientific as you could be about botting. Alright, so we traded over this stuff. 250k cash, some items for quests like Cook's Assistant, Imp Catcher, Goblin Diplomacy, and some food and some splashing paraphernalia. As you can see, free to play is full of a lot of bots. And we'll be one of them, except we'll be a pay to play bot, but we'll be a bot nonetheless. So I'm gonna go get some levels and we'll be back. Alright, so we hit level 5 attack there. I was looking over my plan and I like a lot of my plan, except I was thinking about getting the part where I said I was going to get 15 health before I started doing everything else. I don't think that's really necessary. I think you could still do Witch's House without, you know, that extra 5 health, and then you just progress faster. I mean, I've already got level 5 attack and 3 strength, and I haven't even hit level 11 health yet. So I feel like it'd take you at least an hour or two just to get 15 health. And we're not going to do that. So we're going to skip ahead to what's next on our list. Alright, so like every good RuneScaper, I always have a bucket of milk, a pot of flour, and an egg on me at all times. Because that's very normal to have on you. Yeah, it's a real odd coincidence, huh? Alright, doing sheep shear now. You probably noticed I haven't botted any of this quest yet, because it would take me more time to switch over to the bot than it would to just run over and complete them. So this one, Goblin Diplomacy, Imp Catcher, I'm going to do manually just because, like I said, it'd take me more time to switch over. Alright, just finishing up Goblin Diplomacy here. We finished off Doric's quest, Imp Catcher, and now this one. Alright, we're about to get 17 magic. There we go. And now we can use Wind Bolt. And the next plan is to do Witch's House. Okay. This is the moment of truth. Can I use the Grand Exchange, or do I have to jerk off for 19 hours? Chaos. Runes. Can I have some Chaos Runes, please? We did it! Okay, so I guess being a member cancels out the trade restriction. Just because Jagex doesn't want you to, all the free-to-play bots to, you know, trade. They only want members bots to trade, not free-to-play members to trade. Okay, so now we're gonna go do Witch's House. By the way, I wanted to shout out where I got this membership codes from. So I got all my bots scripts from osbot.org. I already have VIP. I already have a few scripts. I don't have a ton, but I have enough to, you know, probably get this Zulrah bot going to where I want it to be. So anyway, you could buy $2 membership codes for 16 days. 16 days for $2. I got them from this guy called Get Taxed. I will link his page on the descriptions. If you want to buy them, you can get there too. If you buy them from him for RSGP2, I think it's cheaper than buying bonds in games. Bonds are like, let's see, like 4.6 or something. Yeah, bonds are like 4.6, and if you buy it from him, it's $2. Or I think it's like a couple 100,000 gold less if you buy it with GP. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's less. Either way, it's less if you buy it from him than buying it in game. Plus, you're not supporting Jagex by buying their bond. You're buying it from a OS bot member. So again, I'll leave his link in the description. And on to Witch's House. Let's go. Alright, so before we actually do Witch's House, I had to do 10 agility. We're going to do 10 agility, then Witch's House. But I also want to buy a house, because eventually I'm going to be doing splashing, or not splashing, I'm going to be doing alching. And I like to alch in my house because then there's no one there to report you. So we're going to buy a house real quick, and then we'll go get 10 agility. Alright, there we go. We got level 10 agility. I'm going to finish off the course just for the bonus XP at the end. But then we will go do Witch's House. Alright, just finishing up this quest here. I had to point out though, this guy kind of looks like Odablock, the streamer. You know, like bald and kind of weird looking. But anyway, we're going to go turn this quest in now and get my HP's levels. Alright, turning this in, getting, I think, like 23, 25, that's pretty good. 25 health. Alright, now let's go to, can I teleport there? Alright, we'll go to Fight Arena. And so I guess I should talk about this now, just to fill in some time. But, you know, you don't have to do all these quests manually. You can, of course, bot them. But I heard the ban rate is pretty high on these early quests. And, you know, it's kind of a balance where if you're doing only a few accounts, it's not really a big deal. But if you're doing multiple accounts, I use a software called LIDC, and it broadcasts your cursor over a bunch of did I talk to this guy? Please sir, don't hurt me. Yeah, it broadcasts your cursor to a bunch of different clients. So for example, if you have, you know, 2 clients open, the mouse will move in the exact same spot. So if you want to do a bunch of quests, you could do, you know, if you click on this door here, it'll click on the door in the, you know, in the other client. And if you hold your spacebar down, it'll skip quest dialogue, etc. So, I mean, if you have multiple clients open and you do one quest on one client, you're really doing them on every client that you have open. And it takes a little bit of finesse, but it does work pretty well. So, you know, if you don't want to bot them, but you have multiple accounts, a multi-boxing software like LIDC is pretty useful, and it has a yearly subscription, but you could do a 30-day free trial, which I did, and I would probably continue it, but I think there's cheaper, possibly free alternatives, so you could look into that, but it's an option if you don't want to buy the quest. Alright, we're gonna turn in Fight Arena quest here, and then I'll do, what's it called, Waterfall quest quick, because after that I could just, you know, I'm gonna bot 5 agility levels, and that will be done with the episode. Now don't forget to use the urn on this, otherwise it'll get washed out and you'll have a bad time. Alright, finish that up. So now my stats are pretty good. Like, if I'll probably do Priest and Peril, for example, so I can unlock Canifus rooftops, and you gotta use melee for the dog, I think, so having this will be helpful for that. Anyway, so the last things we're gonna do for this episode is 5 more agility levels at Draenor. So we're gonna go do that, and then we'll come back. It shouldn't take too long. It's, you know, just 5 levels. Alright, so thank you for watching the video. I'm going to end it here, but I let the bot run a little bit longer than I was intending. I will include that in the guide that I write, so we can keep track of it, you know, and be on top of things. But if you like the video, please subscribe, and I will get the next one out as soon as I can. Thank you for watching.